Hello, welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to work on loosening up the shoulders, and in turn, we're also going to be opening up the chest a bit. So this is going to be a nice opener all around. So for today's class, I would suggest having a strap or something like a strap. So a belt, a towel, a scarf, or maybe a yoga strap or something like that. If you don't have that, don't worry, I can show you a modification, but it'd be really helpful to help open the shoulders if you have a strap. Today's quote is by the Dalai Lama. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. So keep that in mind throughout today's class and just as you go about your day. It's through your own actions that happiness happens. So before we start with the strap work, we're going to start with a pose that we're going to end with so that you can see the difference as we progress along with today's class. So we're going to do what they're called, in yoga, it's called cow face arms. Don't ask me why they named it that, that's what they named it. Now, obviously, you're not warmed up right now, so don't judge yourself as to how far you can or cannot go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the right arm out to the side here, bend it up, so your elbow is now pointed up toward the sky, and now your hand is on your back. And I'm going to turn around so you can see this. So my right arm is up, and my right hand is down on my back. And then you're going to take that left arm out in front of you, off to the side, have your palms facing out, and go ahead and bring it around, bend it in here, and just see where you are. Before you've had any stretching, you might be here. You may, who knows? You might be, we're not going to put the strap in here right now. We're just going to see where we are. So see, are you able to get close? Is it like, oh, my shoulder is really tight? Just notice. Again, don't judge it. Notice where you are and release that. And we'll do the left side. So I'll go ahead and turn back around so you can see it, but now you know what you're looking for. So left arm up, bend it over and in. So now your left hand is kind of patting yourself on the back there. Take your right arm out, turn your palm backwards, bend that arm in, bring it behind your back, and just see where you are. Don't try to force this. Again, you're not warmed up yet. So you want to really just see, where am I at? Where do I feel some sensation? Notice that. Take a mental picture, no judgment, and release that and let that go. Let's see where we are at the end of class. So grab your strap and let's go ahead and stand up. And I want you to take the strap, and you're going to have to kind of play around with this because, and you could also sit down. I'm going to sit on my heels just because I have a little bit of sun coming through and get me in the eyes there. But you can stand up. You can sit down. You could sit down if you had maybe an ottoman or something without a back on it. You could sit on that, or you can stand up, whatever you feel like doing. So go ahead and take your strap out in front of you, your scarf, whatever you may have, and you're going to have to play around with this, like I said. So go ahead and bring it out in front of you. I've got, I don't know, 3 feet, 2.5, something like that, length here. And you're just going to inhale and rise that strap over your head and stop there. And then from here, this is where you may have to lengthen out a little bit longer on that belt or that strap. And then exhale and bring it behind you where you start to feel a stretch. And stop there. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can always do this motion with pretending you have a strap. So it's not going to be as quite the same idea, but you'll still get some range of motion in your shoulders. So doesn't matter if you don't have one, do what you need to do here. So go ahead and hold it there and then bring it back and forth in front of you. We'll do that a few more times. So inhale up, stop at the top, and then exhale and bring it back behind you to where you feel a nice pec stretch. You should really feel this across your pecs, and this will come into your shoulders also. Bring it back forward. Let's go again, twice more. Inhale up over your head, and exhale back behind you. Each time you might feel like you can go a little bit further. Come back forward. Let's go again. Inhale, stop the top of your head, and then exhale back behind you. Any amount. Now inhale and come forward. And now go ahead and keep the length that you need for the strap. And if you need to make it shorter, you can. Maybe you're finding a little loosen up already. And we're going to do a few movements without stopping. So go ahead and inhale overhead and back behind you. Bring it all the way down if you've got that range and if your strap is long enough there. And bring it back forward. And just do a few more rounds of that. Inhale overhead, back behind. Exhale back up and over in front. Inhale, up and over and behind. There goes my dog. I don't know if you can see her, but there she went running. Exhale and bring it back in front of you. She's crazy right now. Inhale and bring it back behind you. And exhale and bring it in front of you. Sorry, I know you guys can't see her on video, but she was running around like a crazy dog and she's distracting me. And go ahead and release this strap and let that go for a moment. All right, so we don't need the strap anymore. Actually, we do. I take that back. Forgot I wanted to do one more thing with the strap. So now what we're going to do is also take the strap, and you may have to adjust this again, and we're going to bring the right arm up and the left arm behind us. So they're going to stay straight. So both arms are straight, but you're bringing the right arm and the right hand straight up toward the sky and your left arm back behind you as much as you can. And then we're going to switch. So bring that left arm up overhead and the right arm behind you. Again, keeping them as straight as you can, but just giving yourself a nice little tug without overdoing it here. Inhale, back up. And now left hand behind you, right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, left arm up, right arm behind you. Once more each side. Inhale, right arm up, left arm behind you. Inhale, left up, right behind. And back to center, and now you can release the strap. Okay, a little distracted by my dog, what can I say? All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and stand in a mountain pose. So go to the top of your mat. And here we go. So go ahead and stand in mountain pose. Release your arms down to your sides. Looking out in front of you. Just taking a moment here to feel all four corners of your feet firmly grounded into the mat. Nice and rooted here. Take an inhale and an exhale. And really just open up here. So notice how maybe your normal posture or normal stance might be a little bit more slumped over, maybe sitting in a chair or whatever all day, or on the computer. Maybe you're doing this. Try to open everything up. Really roll those shoulders back and down. Your arms open. Your chest is nice and bright and open there. Take another inhale and exhale. And now we're going to step back into a low lunge on the left foot going back first. So step back with your left foot, hands down to the mat, left knee down to the mat, untuck those back toes, and you're here in a nice low lunge. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Now you don't have to dip really low here. We are concentrating more on the shoulders, so you can stay more upright if you like, or if you really want to get a little opener as a bonus in your hip flexor, go ahead and bend in a little bit deeper into that right leg. Find what works for you, then bring your arms up into a cactus shape. Goalpost arms, so to speak. So nice and open here, really opening the chest, broadening through the chest. Look up, breathing here. This is strengthening your back, but it's also opening the chest. And then exhale and bring that left hand down, and we're going to twist to the right. So left hand down, right arm up, twist your torso, twist your spine over, looking over to the right. Shoulders are stacked here. Try not to get them hunching up towards your ears. So you want to keep them nice and stacked. And exhale and bring that back down and step forward into mountain pose. Inhale and rise all the way back up. Bring your hands down to heart center. Let's open up again here. So before we do the other side, so go ahead and again have ground in all four corners of your feet, arms down your side, shoulders rolling down and back on your back. Take a deep breath here and exhale. And now we're going to step back in that low lunge on the right. So step that right foot back, drop that right knee, untuck those right toes, and come on up into your nice low lunge. Open up those arms into cactus again, and really shine bright here. Be nice and open. Feel the strengthening on your shoulders, on your back, your upper back. Feel your chest opening. Take another inhale there and an exhale. And another inhale. And then exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. And now we're going to twist open to the left. So go ahead and twist your body, twist your torso, and really reach through and try to have your shoulders as stacked as possible here. Nice, easy breath there, in and out. Exhale and step forward on your mat and come on up into mountain pose. All right, we're going to add on to that. So inhale and exhale and step that left foot back, come into low lunge again, dropping that left knee, untucking those toes, coming on up. Cactus arms, inhale, look up, exhale, left hand down, twist to the right. Stay for the exhale there, get another breath in and out. And then now what we're going to do from there is we're going to tuck our back toes. We're going to come up into a high lunge. So go ahead and your knees off the ground now and come on up into a high lunge. Get your balance. If you're really wobbly, widen that stance. Interlace your hands behind your back. So we're going to fold forward over that right leg, but more down, kind of off to the side. So I'm about to fall over here. I'm going to widen my base here. Let's try that again. A little unsteady. Hands behind. And then exhale and fold in. So you're coming off to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left of your right leg. Bending here, bringing your arms up overhead. If you can't interlace them, then just hold them behind your back. And exhale and step into mountain pose. Nice. Go ahead and release that for a minute into a forward fold here. And inhale and come all the way back up. Nice. All right, here we go. We're going to do the other side. So inhale, get nice and tall here in your mountain pose. And exhale, step back into that low lunge. Drop that right knee, untuck those toes. Come on up. Inhale into your cactus arms, really opening the chest, looking up. Exhale, bring that right hand down. And let's twist to the left. Bring that right arm, left arm. Stay here for the exhale and inhale. Breathe in here. And now you're going to tuck those back toes and come up into a high lunge. So again, if you need to widen that stance, do that. To find your balance, get steady here. Interlace your hands behind your back. If you're not able to actually get the clasp, you could grab your strap, or you can just hold your hands behind you and bend forward. So we're not bending directly over the left leg that's bent. We're kind of bending off at like an angle here. So go ahead and open up here and exhale. Fold in, humble warrior. Bring your arms up overhead. Another breath. Exhale, release your hands down. Step up to mountain. Let's go ahead and fold in one more time for this one. And inhale and come all the way back up. And release back into your mountain pose. All right. Now, again, this is a short class. So please keep in mind that, yes, you will be a little bit more open than you were from the beginning. But sometimes you need a little bit longer. So we're going to see where we are. And if you are one of those people who's like, I got to do that whole sequence another few times, then pause the video and do that whole sequence again a few more times, a few rounds, or run through the video again if you'd like, and then try this pose. But since we're trying to keep this a shorter class, have the strap handy in case you need it. But otherwise, arms out to your side. You can do this standing up or seated. Arms up to your sides. Bring that right arm up and over and bend your hand in so it touches you on the back. You're patting yourself on the back for doing this class. Your elbow is pointed up. And then bring your, and I'll turn around so you can see this. You're going to bring your left arm out to the side, palm facing toward the back. Bend that left arm in, and now bring it up and see where you are. Are you closer than you were at the beginning of class? Is it the same? Do you feel a little bit more open there? So wherever you are, find where you are. I'm going to turn back around here. And we're going to stay in this pose for just a moment. Now, over time, you may find that you're able to actually clasp your hands. If you're nowhere near that, that is perfectly okay. You can always use a strap to bridge that gap. So you can always bring that strap over and hold that way and eventually make your way up the strap. So there is no shame in where you are. It's not, you don't have to, and you may never get to reading class for hands, and that's okay. That's not the point of it. The point is, should be a little bit more open just from that little bit of movement that we did. Breathe here one more moment. Exhale, release that and let that go. Kind of shake that out. A lot of us have really tight shoulders, so this is great to do as a daily thing or weekly. Now we're going to do the other side. So go ahead and bring that right arm out and up and bend it in. Pat yourself on the back. You did this class. Yay, it's almost done. Left elbow is pointed up toward the sky. Right arm out. Bend it back and reach up. Kind of swim that hand up a little bit up your back. Or if you're really not very open, leave it where it needs to be. You don't want to hurt yourself here. But if you're able to get a clasp or close or use a strap to close that gap, or just simply have your hands where they are without meeting. Take some breaths here. Notice where you are. Do you feel a little bit more open in the shoulder area and also across the chest? One more inhale here and exhale. Release that, let that go. And then to finish out class, we're just going to do one pose. It's going to kind of do the opposite of what we've been doing with the shoulders. We've been trying to open it up this way and keep this more open. We're going to do one counter pose for this. So come on all to all fours. And we're going to do what's called thread the needle from all fours. So from all fours, you're just going to simply thread that right arm underneath and behind your left, bringing the right side of your face down to the mat. Just a quick moment here, kind of bringing the shoulder in a different direction. Breathe there. We'll come on up and then go to the other side. So go ahead and thread that left arm behind your right one, and you'll bring the left side of your face down to the mat. It's a little bit of a twist here too. Breathe there. And next, so come back up. And just to finish, just go ahead and sit back on your heels to a nice child's pose. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Stay there for a few breaths. Breathe in and out through your nose. And congratulate yourself for doing this class. Take another breath there. And then come on and join me back in a comfortable seat here, however you'd like on your mat. Thank you so much for joining me for this very short, but hopefully you now have a little bit more open shoulders and a little bit more open chest. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it. Namaste.